Hello, kia ora. Welcome to a new vlog. My name is Renee. I like to read books and then talk about them on the internet. It's Monday and I decided to start a new vlog today just because I felt like it. I was watching Iggy's latest vlog while I got ready this morning, which was super lovely. I always get inspired when I see other vlogs. Yeah, it's nice to be able to, I don't know, watch other people and then be like, hey, I can do that too. I'm just packing my bag for work. Just realised that I need a bookmark for this, so I'm just going to use this receipt from Yum Cha yesterday. It was delicious, by the way. Yeah, I've actually had quite a busy, well, was it busy? It was filled. My friend Sophie was visiting from Sydney this past weekend, and it was a fabulous time. We did a lot of eating. I don't even remember where I got up to on this book. We did a lot of eating. We did a bit of shopping. And just lots of like hanging out and doing nice things. We watched a movie and ate like lots of cheese. We went to Yum Cha yesterday. I mean, I'm not necessarily like a touristy, like we have to do all these things in Auckland. I'm not one of those kind of guides. I'm like, I want to do the things that I enjoy, which is all the things that Sophie also enjoys, which is perfect. So yeah, it's been a really nice weekend. I just still cannot believe that I made such a good friend through the internet and that we have been lucky enough, well, to see each other twice this year already, and that basically she only lives 3 hours away on a plane, which is pretty close compared to other friends that I've made on the internet. So yeah, it's just been like a really lovely weekend. Sophie came around last night and I cooked for her. She met Maz. That was great. She did some of my puzzle that I've neglected for the last couple of weeks. She had a look at my bookshelf. Yeah, it was just a very nice weekend. That's Monday now. Back to the grind. Reading wise, I just yesterday finished They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us by Hanif Abdurraqib. I listened to that on audio off of a Katie James recommendation, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I don't know whether those personal poetic essays are like fully my thing, but I think compared to his other collection I read, which is The Little Devil in America, I definitely enjoyed this one more. I think it probably addressed topics that I'm more familiar with, closer with, have my own kind of memories of for growing up, but basically they are a collection of personal essays on music and the varying genres and artists that Hanif listened to growing up, still listens to, basically the artists that kind of shaped these moments in his life. I feel like that's a thing that I can distinctively tell from his work, is that he uses performance and music as a way of pinpointing moments in his life. So he talks about all these different musicians in relation to like grief and death and racism, identity, personal identity, like this very vast range of topics. but he'll be talking about like the music of the rapper Future, or Carly Rae Jepsen, or Prince, or Fall Out Boy, or My Chemical Romance, and it's just this, very kind of like mixed bag of influences and moments that he draws upon in really hard times. A lot of it felt quite dark and depressive, but these musicians and their music, or these moments, act almost as like hope, I would say. They are a reminder for him that he is a person in the world, and there are others who make art that he can connect with and he can relate to. It's very emotional. It's a very personal and emotional collection of essays, and I think I find them a bit too personal to go into, or to like try to tap into, but ones that I particularly enjoyed were the essay about Prince, which was actually an obituary that he wrote for Prince, where he focused on Prince's Super Bowl halftime performance, which was, iconic and will be one of the most memorable legacy performances, I think, of any artist. That really touched me, but that felt a little bit less personal to Hanif and more creatively acknowledging and celebrating this artist that I also have a connection with. So I think that kind of stuff, I felt there was more room for me to kind of exist within the essays, but when it's all personally him, I have this different kind of experience with reading his work, where I'm always like, I don't know if I should be witnessing or like experiencing this right now with you, because it doesn't feel like I don't know you in that way. So yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it, but I still enjoyed it. It's just, I gotta keep my distance, I think. Other books, I decided to pick up The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I started reading it last night, but I fell asleep. So yeah, can't really talk about it. I'm like 15 pages in, so I don't even know where I left off. There's no chapters in this book. It's all just like quite small passages, very fragmentary. This is the story between a father and a son, particularly the father's love for the son. It's set in like a dystopian world where I'm not sure what exactly has happened, but it feels like some kind of natural disaster has occurred, and there's a lot of ash and dust in the air, and they are, I'm guessing, like somewhere in the Midwest heading south, and that's all I can kind of say on that. So that's going in the bag. Take that to work with me today. Try and read some of that. What else? I bought a new drink bottle this weekend. I've very much leaned into being that woman who is obsessed with the colour purple. I have this one. Yes, I have two. But I don't know how this happened, but the lid cracked. I think I might have dropped it on itself. The lid cracked, so I can't really like carry it around with me because it'll leak everywhere. So this is like the home one, and this is like the travel one. Also, not the best kind of purple, but it's okay. We've got this now. I also bought a bright, it's basically the same colour as this, the exact same colour as this, purple A-line skirt that I cannot wait to wear. So yeah, if you see me with my water bottle and my phone and my bagoo and anything else, I've got some like masks in my bag that are also purple, just know that I'm a fan of this colour and I will rep it till I die. But yeah, that's about it. I have to head off to work now, the grind, and yeah, see how this vlog goes. We should probably head off before it starts raining. Hey, should we go? He's ready. Where's your collar? Where's your collar, mate? Okay, I will talk to you later. Hello. How's it going? It's Wednesday. It's fucking cold outside. It's the first kind of like frosty, chilly, nippy. It's more than nippy. It's like proper, can see your breath outside. Like when Rupert was leaving for work and he was like, I could see him through the back door. I was just like, oh, it looks cold out here. So yeah, I've dressed for the occasion. It's probably gonna get warmer, or at least it's gonna be a nice day because it's like blue skies out there. But yeah, winter. Ma's going to daycare today, off to Barclay Manor, and I'm gonna go and sit in a cafe and read like I always do on a Wednesday. Well, not always actually. The last few weeks I haven't been able to because I've had early morning meetings or have had to go into work instead of sit and enjoy. But like I said, things are quietening down a bit. Well, not quietening down, but they just seem to be a bit chiller this week, which is nice. And yeah, I'm just trying to like make the most of that when I can. Got home at like a reasonable hour last night. Made dinner with Rupert. We actually like cooked together, which was really nice. Haven't done that in ages. We were actually going to make a chicken pie, but Rupert went to the supermarket and forgot the pastry. So we instead made like a chicken pie filling with mashed potatoes, and it was really yum. Anyway, this book, I have had to start again reading it because after putting up my message on Instagram saying like I'm starting this, I think it's going to be mid, convince me otherwise. A lot of people came back with like, yeah, you're not going to like it, or yeah, you're going to love it, which is confusing and contradicting. But one of my internet friends said that it's all in the detail. He's not necessarily like a plot guy or a character person. Like, this book is all about the detail, the world building, the landscape, which is not necessarily like my bag, to be honest. I say that and I'm looking at The Hobbit right now. I mean, I love that book, but that has a story to it, that has like characters. I would say the world building is integral, but the characters are what make that world exist, right? This feels like a lot of detail about the surroundings, and yes, the character of the father is the one describing them, relaying them, but there's not a lot of actual character there. The only thing we know about him is that he's a father. So I kind of tried to pick off where I left off, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start again because I feel like I haven't been paying that much attention to the detail, and if that's what it is, I want to at least try to pick up on that and focus on that a bit more. So I started again, going in with a new approach. Hopefully it works. Yeah, I'm hoping to get like a decent chunk of this read this morning though, before I start work, and then we'll go from there. Been a bit of a rocky start, but I'm determined to give this book all that it needs because so many people love it, and I really thought that I would too, but I also know that not every book is for everyone. Okay, we gotta go, and yeah, it's cold. I'm really not looking forward to sitting in my cold ass office today, but I have moved desks. I moved desks. I'm very excited. My work colleague finished, well, last week was her last day in our office, but she's actually moving to London, and yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm sick of having my back to the door. It's weird, I don't like it, it makes me feel uncomfortable, and so I swapped. She was like sitting directly in front of me, so we were facing each other, and there's a wall on her back, so I was just like, I'm just going to swap these spaces. So I moved my computer and I moved the now spare computer, and I feel so good, and it's also closer to the heat source, which is on that wall as well. So I will be turning on the heating today, and I do not care. I'll have the heating going from May to probably October, November, maybe even December, depending on how it goes. Okay. I gotta go now. Wish me luck. Should we go? You wanna go to Barclay? Hello. I'm sorry about the very extreme lighting, but it's necessary that I sit in the sun, in this sunspot this morning. I'm just waiting for the jug to boil. I'm making myself a cup of tea. The theme of today is it's fucking cold. Maz is also enjoying the sunshine. Hey! Isn't that nice? It's in the face. But yeah, it is quite nice. There's nothing like the warmth of the sun, of sunlight, to warm you up. Yeah. Anyway, it's Thursday, work from home day. I felt like I haven't been in my normal routine for a while. Just gonna make my tea. And this is the first time that I've actually, like last week I went in, maybe the week before, I can't remember. Anyway, it just feels like it hasn't been a long time since I've been in my normal routine. I think a couple of times I've had to like have meetings, and anyway, it just feels good to be, back in my routine. This is what I'm basically trying to say. I read quite a bit of The Road yesterday morning before work. I think it definitely requires a good chunk of reading. Like, you can't just read bits here and there. You have to sit down and dedicate yourself to it for like a good hour, which is what I did yesterday, and I enjoyed it. It was, yeah, I was able to kind of focus more on the detail and the world building and the scene setting. I'm not sure if I love the writing as a whole. I'm still a little confused as to like what's going on, what has happened. Where his wife went. Yeah, but I don't know if I should be caught up in those details or whether they don't matter, but I don't know, it seems weird to mention a wife and not explain where she is. I mean, she's gone, we know that much, and she's probably most likely dead. But we have encountered some other, I guess, people, humans, who are probably bad guys. And we've seen the father protect his son. That's about it. They're just trying to find food, trying to survive, trying to make it south. And I'm not sure that it's going to get more developed than that. I think it's going to pretty much just stay on that trajectory, and that's kind of boring to me. So yeah, we'll see. I didn't read any last night because I got caught by the algorithm on Instagram and was fed so many videos about Kendrick Lamar, Drake diss war, which I am like fully invested in. I love being petty. I think that everyone in life, that it's a healthy thing to have someone that you don't like, and to be able to, I don't know, not spend too much time. Like, it is getting to a point where I'm kind of like, oh, these guys are being a bit, like, sitting up and writing a song about another person might be a little too far for me. But I think it's healthy to have like a little, you know, distant person on the internet that you don't like, or someone that annoys you for no reason. I like to call it a nemesis. Having a nemesis is, I think, healthy as a human being, because you can't like everyone and not everyone's gonna like you. And when you accept that, you kind of just live in the world a little bit freer. It's just fun. It's fun. It's fun to have someone that you look at and go, I don't like you. And that's okay. But yes, this whole diss track thing is highly entertaining. I think everyone knows that Kendrick Lamar has won. I think Drake has brought out a new track, but I have not listened to it. To be honest, like, apart from his like hits and stuff that ends up being like real earworms, I am not a fan of Drake, but I am a massive fan of Kendrick. It's funny, I've seen both of them live. Drake I saw because tickets were really cheap and I went with a friend. But it wasn't much more than something to do on a night out. Whereas Kendrick, I've seen twice and paid big money both times to go see him. So definitely a fan. Think that he is creatively just a more interesting artist, both in his music, in his lyrics, and in his creativity. Also, fashion icon. He can throw a fit, and I mean a fit as in an outfit, not a fit. Although, is he throwing a fit now? He's gone pretty hard in on Drake. So anyway, it's been highly entertaining watching this all unfold, and yeah, I have succumbed to it. It's an internet trend that I am very much enjoying, but I need to stay away from my phone today because I've got work to do. Okay, I need to have a shower, which I'm dreading because thought of taking off my pajamas, one, and this robe, two, is, it feels torturous. I'm gonna school myself in a shower and then I'm gonna quickly get dressed and take the dog for a walk. Oh, he heard me. Did you hear me? What did I say? Where are we going? We're going to go for a walk? Not right now. Mum's going to have a shower first, okay? And then we'll go. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you little pig, are you? Are you a little pig today? Yeah, little pig. Maz. Hey. It's enough. This morning. He's only being like this because he knows that I'm going to leave him. But he's not being left alone. Rupert is here with him all day, but he's just like, where are you going? Why are you leaving without me? Yeah, this is the only time he will be cuddly, is when he knows I'm going somewhere without him. Such a child. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Hello. It's Friday. Woohoo, we made it. Yeah, yesterday, I don't think I filmed much more yesterday, but I had a last minute meeting that I only found out about yesterday, last night. So I finished work at 9 o'clock and yeah, couldn't wind down for like another hour and a half to 2 hours after that. So went to bed very late and am quite tired this morning. And yeah, glad it's Friday. I'm going to dinner with a friend tonight. I'm going to meet her straight after work, so thought I would try to wear something nice. Also, I attempted to do some kind of makeup today, although my skin is so dry. It's the one thing I've noticed about living in Auckland is that in the winter my skin just gets very dry and flaky, and I don't know how to deal with that kind of skin type because I'm very much have always been like a normal skin type. I used to be oily, so I've never had to deal with like dry skin. I didn't read much yesterday, didn't read anything yesterday. In fact, I did not read a single page, but I'm gonna head over to work now a little bit early and go sit at a cafe around the corner and try to get some reading in. And yeah, what else do I need to do? Got a friend coming to stay tomorrow, so I have to tidy our spare room, which at the moment has just been a dumping ground for all my clothes, because that's where my clothes currently are, and the wardrobe in that room. What else do I need to do? Tidy the house, although Rupert could do that because he's home today. Fold all the washing. change the sheets, yeah, all that fun stuff that, you know, would be so much easier if I didn't have to work at a job. Today. I feel terrible. I think I'm getting sick. Hi. Hello. It's a Monday. I feel terrible. Yeah. I think I'm sick. Why am I up, you say? Wow. Because I have a job and literally no one else to take over when I'm not there. So I'm gonna go in today for a couple of hours. I don't know. I've got a few things that I need to do. I'm gonna go in and do those, and then I'm gonna just come home and just get back into bed and sleep. Being an adult fucking sucks. Another update on the book. I'm actually at a part that is quite good. I was at page 101, and then last night I was like, I'll just listen to some of it on audio while I fall asleep, and it started getting good. They found like a underground hatch, and it's just like filled with all the kinds of provisions you would need for an end of times type situation. So yeah, they're all set. They spent a few days there, and then, you know, they got all brand new supplies, like shitloads of tinned food. They also got like a new shopping cart and stuff, because that's what they've been using to like carry everything around. Yeah, so they seem like they're all set. But now they've left and have started back on the road to head south, and they've come across an old man on the road, and the boy is taken sympathy on him, and the father's kind of like, I don't really think we should do this, but they do, and yeah, they're going to stop in the woods for the night and have a meal with this man as well, who is like really old looking. But part of me thinks that it might be a bad idea. Yeah, it's kind of picked up a little bit in the story. We've had a change of pace. I definitely would be staying in that bunker for as long as possible, but I think they've got it right that staying still is probably not a good idea. So who knows, this book may redeem itself. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull myself together. Decide if I can walk to work or not, because Mars still needs to be walked today. A walk could potentially make me feel better, or it could make me feel worse. It's alright. This is this thing that like he shakes. It's okay. You're coming with me. I don't know if you could see that, but that's the plan today. I feel dead tired. I just want to lay down and sleep. Claudia. Hello. That was a bit weird. Hi. It's been a few days since I spoke to the vlog, and I think it's going to be the last. I'm going to wrap up this vlog today. It's Sunday. Yeah, it's been a bit of a just busy few days, and I haven't really felt like talking to a camera, but I have been doing some book things, so I thought I would share those with you before we end this. Books. Let's chat about library books, because that's what I have been acquiring this week, which has been quite nice. Not an insane amount, but books that I'm definitely excited about and want to get into. Yeah, I've got 5 books here. The first one, The 10-Year Nap by Meg Wolitzer. Pretty funky cover. This is about a group of friends living in New York who have all kind of moved through their life stages, gone to college, started their careers, got married, had kids, chosen to become mothers, stay-at-home mothers, and are now dealing with that decision, those decisions that they've made, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Who knows what it'll be like, but I like those kinds of themes. So I picked up A Little Luck by Claudia Piñeiro. I have not read anything from her, but know that she is a bit of a flavour of the moment. People are enjoying her work, and I think it's this one and the other one. Eleanor Knows, which I think is about like a mother-daughter relationship. I can't remember. But this one says it's a story about the debilitating weight of lies, the messy line between bravery and cowardice, and the tragedies, big and small, that can ripple out from a single decisive event. That is also very vague, but hey, it's the library. You can always pick things up and give them a go. That's the best thing. This next book I've actually borrowed from the library before and never got around to reading it, and that's At the Edge of the Woods by Kathryn Bromwich. This was a recommendation from Katie James. I cannot remember what it was in relation to. Like, I know that I had said either that I wanted to read more of like one type of book, or that I had read and really enjoyed and wanted more of that. It might have been like Shirley Jackson maybe, I can't remember. Anyway, we trust Katie. This sounds spooky, creepy, which I definitely remember was like the vibe that I was requesting. And yeah, it's about a woman who is on her own in the Italian Alps. She's staying in a cabin. Quite mysterious, quite spooky seeming. Yeah, gonna read this. Definitely gonna read it this time. And then the last book that I picked up is Great Expectations by Vinson Cunnigham. Another good cover. I know this book has been, well, I know that a lot of people have received the PR for this book, because I definitely saw it and was quite jealous because it had a cool hat. I don't know how many people have actually read this book, because I haven't heard many people talk about it, but I was excited for this to come out as a fan of the Critics at Large New Yorker podcast that features Vinson Cunnigham. I love that podcast. I think it is, it's definitely like one of my top 3 podcasts that I listen to. At the moment, they talk about art, books, film, TV, stuff in the culture. They recently did, like this week's episode was on the Kendrick Drake beef, which I loved because they managed to tie it back into literary beef or literary criticism beef. It's just a very smart, clever, approachable, non-pretentious podcast about what is happening, what something in the culture at the moment and how that kind of has shown up in different other forms of art throughout time, and I love it. They did an episode on debuts, fictional debuts, and they spoke about Vinson Cunningham's book, which, why wouldn't you if you have a podcast? And it was really good, so I'm excited to get to this. I've not read Great Expectations by Dickens, so I'm not familiar with that kind of reference, but I know that it is a bit of a journey story for this character. I know it's set in like political background. A young political staffer who goes on the campaign trail for a senator, I believe. Anyway, I'm excited to read that. And then the last book that I have from the library is actually one that I'm currently reading right now, but I will get to that in a minute because I want to talk about this first, The Road by Cormac McCarthy, which I just finished. Well, no, I finished it a few days ago, but I've been sitting on it because I haven't felt like talking. Also, I feel like I was pretty harsh with I gave it a 3-star. I'm not going to change that. I feel like it's still a 3-star read for me, but I have since had quite an interesting discussion about this book with my work colleague, actually. And it didn't change my mind, but it did kind of, I guess, soften me a bit to this book, because I was very hard to it, I think. I went into it thinking, I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. And I was skeptical, perhaps a little bit cynical about it. It has a lot of, without the writing being sentimental, there is a lot of sentimental behaviour kind of happening in this book. What we have here is a father who is dealing with the burden, the responsibility, the weight of having to keep his son alive in this post-apocalyptic world. We're not sure what exactly has happened, but much of the population is gone. Feels like the land is quite dead and barren. There is ash literally falling from the sky and settling everywhere. People are trying to survive, the ones that are left, in 2 different ways. Find whatever food you can, keep hidden, and just keep moving. The other way is to seek out people and use that as your way of surviving by eating them. So there's a bit of cannibalism going on here, which is kind of interesting if you think about it quite hard. But the father and son in the story are journeying south to warmer climate so that they can survive a little easier, and really it is this relationship where they are keeping each other alive. The father in much more practical, literal ways, and the son is doing that for the father in the sense that he is stopping him from turning into this hateful, evil, bad person. He is providing small glimmers of hope for the father. Stopping him from fully being this hardened character who must fight for survival at every turn. that is basically it. The whole story is them traveling, and it was kind of boring to me. Like, I did find it to be quite monotonous, and I think I can say that that is probably something that I just don't really enjoy in books all that much. I can liken this to The Wall by, what is her name? Marlene Haushofer. That to me has a similar kind of tone to this, and that book felt like there was a real simplistic way of things being described. Like, everything was very practical. All the things described in that book were very much like, this is how I survive, monotonous, same thing day to day, and this is what the road feels like to me. And I know that a lot of people read things in The Wall, read into a lot of it, and I can see that in this as well, but I think the act of reading those books is not fun for me. I don't find them interesting. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the book, what things could possibly mean while I'm in it. That makes sense. So yeah, I found it very boring. I found the child very annoying. Is that bad to say? I found the father's job of having to kind of teach this child lessons about the world and teach him about things quite interesting. Like, it brought up a lot of questions about why, like what hope is there? What is the point of doing those things given the situation they're in? But yeah, ultimately just a solid 3-star for me. Like, a solid 3-star, but not anything more than that. I don't know, I'm still keen to read more of Cormac's writing, but maybe just something a little bit more plotty. Okay, and what I'm reading now, we have 2 books because I'm indecisive at the moment and don't know which one to settle on, but we're just going with it. The Bradshaw Variations by Rachel Cusk, the last Cusk that I have, the last physical one. To be honest, not really enjoying it all that much. I think I enjoyed Arlington Park so much that it was always going to be hard to top that, but this is a story of a couple who is married and has a child, and the mother has decided to go back to work and the husband has decided to stay home and look after the child. So we've had a bit of a role reversal, and we are spending time with each of these characters as they kind of adjust to these changes. Yeah, we're kind of getting a little bit of her parents as well in there, so it's interesting. It's definitely not it's not dealing with stuff that I'm not interested in, so I think I just need to maybe focus on one and not be reading 2 books at this point, but I'm reading 2 books at this point. So anyway, the other book that I'm reading is Carla by Colin Walsh, and this one I am very much enjoying. I am enjoying this a lot. It is an Irish novel, cast of characters, set in a town called Kinloch, and we are being met with these 3 friends who at present day are like adults, have lived their lives, have all come back to Kinloch where they grew up, and a body has been discovered in present day, and it has also been revealed that it is their missing friend from when they were teenagers, and they are kind of going back in time, having a lot of flashbacks to when they were teenagers, how this group of friends first formed, what it was like for each of them at that time, and them discovering or learning about this body that has been discovered, and the suspicions around what happened to their friend. And it's great. It's great writing. It's scratching that Irish literary fiction itch that I have. There is something just so comforting about falling into a book written by an Irish author that just has that sense of like, oh, I love the writing style, I love the setting, I love the dialogue, I love these characters. It all just feels like the winning formula for what I know now is going to be like my go-to type of Irish writer. Huge fan of this. Hopefully this is going to be a top book for me, because I'm feeling like I really need it right now. Like I feel like I'm at the risk of falling into a bit of a slump. I feel like this year so far I haven't read a lot of great books, and I'm getting a bit kind of antsy about reading. Okay, I've been talking for 20 minutes now. I need to go. I'm sorry. Sorry that this vlog has been very long and very boring. Oh my god, I forgot to completely sign off. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Okay. Bye-bye.